When you've got two stars like Kevin De Bruyne and Eden Hazard, who walk into any side, surely that elevates Belgium, I would say, ahead of Spain and England, aren't they? Shouldn't they be second favourites?
Yeah, they should be second favourites as well, no question. I mean, right now, they're actually ranked #1 in the world.
Right, yeah, but that's FIFA rankings.
Okay. But so at the same time, you know,
because get it out of here.
The problem the coach is going to have is because they were third in the World Cup, he's sent the benchmark. So when they go to the Euros, unless they're at least third, then he's under pressure because he's taken them that far. Now, he has to do what every Belgian coach has struggled to do, take that extra step and actually win something.
From a French perspective, Frank, are Belgium the opponents you'd be most concerned about?
I didn't hear, sorry. From a French perspective, again?
Are Belgium your biggest concern when it comes to the Euros next year? Are they going to be the hardest opposition?
I think it's a fantastic team. I think they deserve to win something. I mean, we're still, waiting for something coming up from this small country, but full of talented players. And I would be glad to see the Belgian team winning something. But of course, you can add France as a favorite for the next European Championship. But what about the English? Question marks about the Spanish. It's going to be hard to say right now what the truth will be within 9 months. So right now we say that Belgium is a favorite to win the European Championship. That's for me for sure the favorite of the competition right now.
There's a good chance they would have won 2016 had they had a coach in there with a bit of nous. Wilmots was, it was never happening for Wilmots. Just he was there on reputation from being a great Belgian player, a little bit of management, managing the national team. It was almost like he was just saying, this is the group, hugely talented, just go and play. Whether you like Martinez or not or whatever, he's got a little bit of something about him. His teams play a certain way. His weakness has always been his team's defence. If they can sort that out, they're always going to give teams problems at the other end. And when you saw what happened to the French at Euro 2016 and the way Portugal won it, and the way that Belgium went out to Wales, they have to think back then if they had somebody in charge properly.
It's incredible when you think back.
Back to what happened to them with the players they had, how the Welsh turned. I mean, I know the Welsh were riding a wave and Bale was playing great, but still they had a far superior squad. And I agree with Stevie. I think the reason, I've no idea why the bookies have got them where they are. But
I think the only reason is just history. I think sometimes when you think of
1966, a long time ago.
Well, I agree.
We made it to the semi-finals.
But I think you keep looking at England and how easily they seem to qualify for everything. And then when they get to the tournament, it doesn't quite happen for them. Yes, it was a good run at the World Cup, and there's kind of this little hope for England. But I think there's that little bit of, and I think the Premier League also kind of elevates in the bookie's mind a little bit.
And from a Belgian perspective, could the experience and what's happened in the past, however disappointing it's been, help going into this?
I don't think so. We've been saying that for a long time. Seems like forever we've been saying, well, the failures of the past will help them in the future. I think, honestly, Craig's the one that nailed it. The difference in the coach is huge.
Right.
He doesn't really have to do that much. Yes, Martinez's teams have always seemed to struggle defensively, but he doesn't have to touch that defence. It's experienced, it's settled, it knows exactly what it's doing. His expertise is going forward. And that's where I think Wilmot's messed up. And so that's why they will take that extra step.
But there has to be a balance though, right? Because yes, that's an extremely talented team going forward. But once you play against France, let's say, and you have the pace that France has, you push a lot of numbers forward and leave gaps, you're going to get smashed on the counterattack. So you have to have that little bit of balance to say, yes, we know our strength is going forward, but we can't leave those holes against the top nations. And I even look at England when I look at that front three, front four that they can play. There's a lot of speed and a lot of pace that if you're trying to think that you're going to play 1v1 at the back from midfield, and you have Raheem Sterling going one way, and you might need to then realize that you got to have a little bit better balance.
That's why I think when this Nation League has been great for competitiveness, and teams will have an avenue to get to the Euros. But then I look at I look at the other side of the coin, we're seeing Belgium winning in Glasgow 4-0 with, what, 2/3 of a team?
Yeah.
Well, that's not going to change at the Euros.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.